This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Play the clip.
The unvaccinated. You are the problem. It is the unvaccinated who are the problem. Period. End of story.
The only people that you can blame, this isn't shaming, this is the truth. Maybe they should be shamed, are the unvaccinated.
It's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks.
Anyone you came into contact with will blame you, as will the rest of us who have done the right thing by getting vaccinated.
Because frankly, we know that we can't trust the unvaccinated.
I think it's time to get our moral house in order, Anderson. It's the unvaccinated who are the threat.
All of us vaccinated folks are going to start wearing masks to protect the unvaccinated folks. It's called a Christian value.
You're basically punishing the vaccinated for the sins of the unvaccinated.
People are not behaving honorably. The unvaccinated are basically saying, well, it's open season for me. I can do whatever I want as well.
The unvaccinated are basically beating their breasts, running around the country saying, we don't care, we're living free, and so forth.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
The unvaccinated, a group that includes children and people acting like children. And the rest of us are starting to get pissed off.
The vaccinated feel the unvaccinated are making me upset or angry.
This is not about freedom or personal choice.
Well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom.
The other day, Howard Stern weighed in with a much different approach. Take a look.
When are we going to stop putting up with the idiots in this country and just say, it's mandatory to get vaccinated? Their freedom.
But you're treading on our freedom and you're making other people sick, and really you're killing other people.
The anti-vaxxers, they seem to have a thing for death and home remedies.
The anti-maskers turned anti-vaxxers are not just putting their own lives at risk. If that was the issue, we could just say that we can watch them compete to win place or show in the Darwin Awards.
We have to start doing things for the greater good of society, and not for idiots who think that they can do their own research.
And don't get me started on the lunatics who won't take any of the COVID vaccines.
Life is too short to be an ass. Life is way too short to be ignorant of the promise of something that is helping people worldwide.
Maybe you're doing it because you're disconnected or disorganized. Maybe you have some sympathetic psychological reasons. But maybe you're just being antisocial.
Oh, you can't shame them. You can't call them stupid. You can't call them silly. Yes, they are.
Those who are not vaccinated will end up paying the price.
The unvaccinated should be taxed. They should pay more for health care.
We need to start looking at the choice to remain unvaccinated the same as we look at driving while intoxicated.
We're going to see, and I've said, almost two types of America.
Dr. Fauci said that if hospitals get any more overcrowded, they're going to have to make some very tough choices about who gets an ICU bed. That choice doesn't seem so tough to me. Vaccinated person having a heart attack, yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo, rest in peace, Wheezy.
Pointing back to the unvaccinated who are really creating a problem in this country. Every death that we are seeing from COVID could have been prevented.
Literally, the only people dying are the unvaccinated. And for those of you spreading misinformation, shame on you.
Standing in line for the vaccine shot. Hope I get mine, cause believe it or not, I think I might die unless I take what they got. My brain's too fried, so I give it no thought, cause the FDA said it's safe for me. The drug companies claim that it's made for me, and the government, they gonna pay for me. It's not too late for me, is it? Now it's my turn to be injected. They say it's gonna hurt, but I'll be protected. When they give the word, I do as I'm directed. I'm not the kind of person to do something unexpected. I do everything the doctors tell me. Swallow all those pills they sell me. I'm afraid that germs might kill me. Vaccine, zombie. I forgot how to think for myself, yeah. I don't understand a thing about health, yeah. I do the same as everyone else. I'm a vaccine, zombie. When I took the shot, then my face turned blue. I started feeling hot inside, but I didn't have a clue what to do. My temperature was 102. Then my nutsack shriveled up and fell off too. The nurse screamed and said something was missing. She called the physician, who said he had a suspicion that the vaccine caused a neurological condition, and soon I would see the mortician. They started cutting out my brain, happy as can be. Bunch of undead doctors from the CDC. I finally figured out what happened to me when they said we got another vaccine zombie. Step 1, remove your brain. Step 2, replace with zombie vaccines. Step 3, watch television for further instructions from the Centers for Zombie Control. I do everything the doctors tell me. Swallow all those pills they sell me. I'm afraid that germs might kill me. Vaccine, zombie, zombie. I forgot how to think for myself, yeah. I don't understand a thing about health, yeah. I do the same as everyone else. I'm a vaccine, zombie, zombie. Always do as requested, like the media covertly suggested. You guessed it, I finally gave in and confessed it. I like to have my body and my brain medically molested. Don't wanna be arrested, so I don't protest it. I give another pint of blood just to test it. I'm not taking those herbs I detested. Just give me more pills, they're gonna be ingested. I'm a sucker for the ads, a sucker for the labs, a sucker for the swine flu jabs. And I don't mind following a medical fad, cause living without a brain ain't half bad. Come and play, come and play, come and play in my vaccine lottery. You're gonna pay, cause the vaccine makes more profit than vitamin D. Listen up, experimental vaccines aren't even safe. They stick it in your arm doing permanent harm and treat you like a medical slave. I'm afraid of invisible germs, I need a vaccine. I'm afraid of parasites and worms, I need a vaccine. I'm afraid of seasonal flu, I need a vaccine. I'm afraid of having sex with you, I need a vaccine. I'm afraid of my children's chicken pox, I need a vaccine. I'm afraid of my roommate's dirty socks. I believe all the news that's on television. I believe the official 9/11 commission. Those herbs are woo, quackery. I get my food from a fast food factory. I got my sight drugs, they talking back to me. Modern medical myths are like fact to me. Everything I know I heard from TV, everything they say at the CDC is true. You see, you have to agree with the words of a vaccine zombie. The words of a vaccine zombie.
This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you've just heard would have been followed by official information, news, or instructions. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system.